Let your aunties know, let your granny know, let your mom know. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my official first YouTube video. I go by the name of Ms.NatKingCole. There's a funny story behind that name, but we'll talk about that later. Today is going to be a tutorial on how to do your eyebrows. You know, the eyebrows are my favorite part of my makeup routine. I love achieving this really nice arch filled in look. I'm gonna call it the Nat brow because I feel most like myself when my eyebrows are done. When my eyebrows are not done, like, who am I? You know what I mean? So we're gonna be talking all about eyebrows today. I'm gonna be using 3 simple products. I know you guys have heard or seen all of these products before. I'm gonna be using the LA Pro Girl concealer in the color Fawn. I'm going to be using the NYX micro brow pencil in the color Espresso, and then I'm going to be using eyebrow brush, concealer brush. Don't judge mine. It's very old, but you know, it's been faithful. It's been so faithful to me, so I'm gonna let it be in this first video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Guys, let's get into this look. So we're gonna start off with a fresh face. I don't have anything on my face but some serum and some moisturizer, so there may be some impurities, but it's all good. And as many of you guys at home are in the same predicament as me, we have eyebrows that have not been done in a couple months. So my eyebrows are a little bushy. They're not really cleaned up around the edges, but you know what, it's okay because the Nat brow, you can achieve it even if your eyebrows are not clean, they're not fully done, because that's where the mascara comes in. It's gonna hide all of those impurities. And so we're gonna get into this together. So without further ado, let's begin. So first what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the spoolie end of your brush, and then you're just gonna really just brush up your eyebrows. It's it just helps to give you a more fuller defined brow to work with. So what I'm gonna do, just brush mine up. And again, as you guys can see, my hairs are getting long, and so I'm just gonna kind of brush them up, and then I'm gonna hide them, just gonna tuck them a little bit with the brush. I'll do the same thing to my left brow. And my eyebrows are a little sparse as well, so I'm actually not mad at the fact that I'm kind of letting them grow out a little bit, because I'm, you know, they're a little sparse. So I don't mind the, you know, them not fully being done, but that's where the fill-in is gonna come in. So once you brush your eyebrows up, we're gonna start by filling in. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start like lightly stroking like my eyebrows with the product, just a little bit, just to kind of give it a nice little shape to work with before I actually line it up. I just like to do this because it helps me just to set the eyebrow before really going in and giving it a good fill in. It kind of just shows you what you're working with before actually making the outline to the shape that you want. So I'm just gonna lightly fill it in, really not pressing hard on the brush at all, just really giving it some nice natural hair-like strokes all throughout the brow. Right, perfect. So I'm really not pressing in the product too hard on my eyebrows, because you do want it to look somewhat natural. You don't want it to look so filled in that it like screams fake, because that's never cute. So you just want to really give it a nice, soft, gentle strokes throughout the eyebrow, giving it that natural look. And then I'll go back in again and then just brush the product into my brows. I really like to go back and forth because I feel like going back and forth with the liner and the spoolie brush really just helps it look like very natural, and that's what you want. All right, so once you're done doing that, I'm gonna start outlining it, and I'm just gonna start on the bottom, like kind of midway through, and I'm gonna give it a nice line here. All right, perfect. And you can go gently in the front part of your brow. Nice, so you kind of lined up the bottom here. And then you're gonna go in on the top and do the same thing. I really, you know, don't like to go really hard when I'm lining it up. I just kind of like to kind of gradually get that defined line, because you don't want it to look too harsh, you know, and then you don't want the product so deep into your brow that it's like you can't just take it off with like a light, you know, with your finger rather, just kind of like giving it a nice swipe. You know, you don't want to go so deep in that you can't do that. All right, so once you get your desired outline like this, you're gonna go back in and really start brushing in the product. You're gonna go up like this, as well as to the side, really just brushing the product all throughout the brow. It's looking good. Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna go back in with my spoolie, just start brushing the product through. Perfect. You kind of see that line. There's a little bit of an outline on the bottom. So I'm really just gonna use it as a base and start doing some hair-like strokes above it, so it could really start blending that in. And you can brush it out a little bit like this. Perfection. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with the spoolie and I'm gonna go to the front part of my brow and really just brush it out towards the left brow. I feel like when you do this, it really just helps the product spread lightly through the front of your brows without making it look unnatural or too harsh. And then it also gives you like a nice fade. And I feel like that fade is so important because it really just, I feel like to me, it defines like your overall brow. Like if you don't have a good fade in the front, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you need to have that fade here. You don't want that sharp, boxy look because again, like I said before, it screams fake and that's never cute. So we're not doing that. So once our eyebrow is filled in, that actually looks really good. It's really different. Starting to do your eyebrows like behind camera, there's so much pressure, but it's okay because we're still gonna do this because why? We know what we're doing. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your concealer, your LA Pro Girl, the color Fawn, and then you're just gonna put it a little bit of product on the back of your hand like this. And then really just spread the product through the brush like this. All right, really start to warm it up on the back of your hand. I really feel like it just helps me not use too much product, but also have easy access to it when I do need more product. So now you're gonna take your brush and then you're gonna start outlining the bottom of your eyebrow. And if you're nervous about this, I would say don't start out right like underneath your actual eyebrow. Like kind of give yourself some room to work with, and then so you can really just start blending in the product into your lower brow. And I feel like that's gonna help you, just, you know, in case you're nervous. And then, cause once the concealer is all over the eyebrow, you gotta wipe it off. You know, you gotta start all over again. And who has time for that? I know I don't. So therefore, we're not doing that. So you're just gonna take your brush and really start to blend in the product. Like I said, give yourself some room to work with here. Get your hand used to that motion. And then you're gonna gently bring the product up again. Like so. All right. Alrighty then, look at that. It's looking good. And if you want a little bit more of an arch, you can just continue bringing your brush a little higher into the brow. And then just brush out the concealer underneath. That looks really good. Look at that. Ooh. Okay. And then you're gonna do the same thing at the top. I don't have enough product. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing at the top. Really just start in and outline the brow. Again, don't go too close to the brow if you're not comfortable yet. You can gradually get there. I like to go over it a few times really to just help melt the product into the skin and then really get like a nice close outline into your brow. And again, if you feel like the brow is too thick, like it's thick. Like I like my eyebrows thick, but not too thick, not overly thick where it's like taking over my face. I don't like that. So if it's like a little too thick, like this to me is like a hair too thick. So I'm gonna go back in with my product again and really just start lowering the line a little bit at the top, and I'll go in again at the bottom too until you get your desired size of brow that you want to work with. Yeah, like to me that looks good on the top. Let me just go in a little bit more on the bottom here. And again with your brows, guys, practice makes perfect, because I feel like, you know, I've been doing my eyebrows for many years, and like over time, like I kind of get more comfortable with like different styles. I try different techniques. So wherever you are in your eyebrow journey, you know, it's fine, be patient. You're gonna get the achieved eyebrow look that you want. Okay, so as you can see, it's fully lined up. Again, you can go back in with your brush if there's any thing that you want to kind of fix. This is your time, this is your moment to do it. All right, perfect. All right, that looks good. It got a nice little arch. Okay, and then what I love to do here at this point, I like to take my ring finger here and then just like dab towards the front of my eyebrow. I feel like for me this really helps to again let the concealer blend into my skin, and then to also help that fade. It helps it look to look a lot more natural. And so I always just go in with my middle finger, with my ring finger rather, and then I just gonna dab into it. Dab. You can dab over your whole eyebrow, and then brush out any product that you see looks maybe a little clumpy or a little too defined, and then there you have it, the brow. So I'm just gonna take a moment. I'm gonna do the left eyebrow off camera, and I'll come back to you guys in just a moment. Hey guys, I hope you guys loved the final look of achieving the Nat brow. I hope this worked out for you. You know, if you did try out this look, let me know in the comments below if this method worked for you, if you like the technique, and even just post your pictures. I want to see it, okay? Let this Nat brow come into your life and change it forever, okay? But I want to encourage you guys to like and subscribe to this channel. It's a new journey that I'm on, and I want to see you alongside me. You know, shout out to all my future subscribers. I see you, I love you, I'm thankful for you, and we're gonna be doing this together. So I encourage you guys, again, like this video, share it with your friends and family. If you know your friends that are struggling with their brows, you know, just send them this link to this video. Just let them know, hey guys, I saw you, blah, 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 and just share it with them. Okay, because it's gonna help improve all your lives, okay? Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out. Slay!